beginning, we were one, and the mother was one, and we were one with the mother. And so you think about how, as a baby growing in your mother's womb, you are one with the mother. You're essentially an extension of her body, not even an extension when you're in the womb. And then there's this process of birth, which is traumatic. We're born through the yoni, which is a wound, and there is a wounding that happens in that first sensation of coming into the light, of coming into reality. And also that it's beautiful and ecstatic. So it's not that it's only painful, but there is that moment of like, you've been inside and now you've been brought out. But it's all right because the mother is holding you. And again, you're essentially still you're so in close and you're so held that you're still a part of the mother. As you grow, you start to adventure out. You start to know yourself as being separate. You start to learn that you actually are an independent entity. And perhaps along the way, you are wounded, and that there is something outside of yourself that hurts you. And so that again creates this deeper wound of separation. Like, oh, I am not one with everything. And the mother is not one with me. There is actually something outside of myself that can harm me. And so the wound of separation moves us into needing to protect. Mm-hmm. And from that place of protection and separation, we can move into objectifying. Because then that which hurt me becomes something that I want to control. I don't want to be hurt again. And moving us further and further apart into this sense of being other than the mother, other than the feminine, other than nature, other than the world, and how that develops. And that even that is part of this sacred process of coming to know yourself as an individual. And that's one of the kind of the gifts of the masculine, right? Is like, it's drawing these lines around things. It's like, oh no, we're this, but we're not this. And it's that, but it's not this. And I'm distinguishing myself and I'm becoming an entity that actually gets to have a relationship rather than just be in the like amoebic soup of wholeness. Like you actually get to have this sense of who you are.
Yes.
And in that sense of who you are, the longing comes forward. The longing for the beloved, the longing for the mother, but it's from a different place. And I always find it interesting that in early mythology of gods and goddesses, there's often like, it's like the mother births her son brother, and then you get this marriage. And it's not that it's meant to be incestual. It's not that. It's the analogous of the one separating and then coming back into wholeness, and that acknowledgement that we're one and we're always one, but there is a separation, and then we return in through sacred union. So through that coming in, the masculine is, and we each do this, it's not male or female, we each come into this sense of like, okay, I am now a person, and now I feel that longing for wholeness, that I feel the wound of my separateness. And so I'm going to begin to seek the beloved whole. And we get to enter back into that, but from a new perspective, not as the infant, but from our own agency and our own integrity. And so we reunite, and that could be the reuniting with the sacred feminine rather than just the mother energy, or reuniting with God, wholeness, whole, the one.